I wasn't expecting you to do that, but well done.
You asked it to.
Well,
Specific
I asked you
request.
to. You don't normally do what I ask you to, so I just.
No, I do not.
So, yeah. Hi everybody. This is. I think this is actually. Well, I'll start at the beginning. Hi, I'm Dave. This is Band of Badgers. We'll start with that bit. We'll go through to everyone else, but I think this is the first Great British Brush Off of 2024. I think. Because it's been a while. We did a load of stuff last year. We did a load of stuff just before Christmas last year. Now we're here. And yeah, we're back. It's now May. Not only is it May, but we have you can see, look, we have some pro painters from around the Badgerverse, all around the planet, all dialing in by the magic of the web. And we are joined, let's make sure I can get my finger guns in the right direction. Pow! We are joined by Will. Now, Will is all the way from Steve Jackson Games, and we have teamed up with Steve Jackson Games to bring you a sneak peek. So, we're gonna be talking about this for the next hour. We're gonna be showcasing some bits and pieces, but we are primarily talking about CARnage 2, which is CARnage 2. And this is a brand new Kickstarter, which went live a couple of hours ago today.
I was going to say, I got my ping on it a couple of hours ago. So
exactly, yeah. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be showcasing some of the car models that you can expect to see, with all of our lovely painters here, and we're going to do a full introduction. But Will, thank you for joining us. How are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm fine. Cool. Unlike some of the people on the stream, it's not late in the day for me, being in the Midwest of America. So yeah, this is the afternoon. It's nice. It's a great day, and we're I'm gonna pretend like I can paint today. It'll be great.
That's what we do every time.
What I do.
Yeah.
So we all give that a go as well. So that's all pretty good. But we are gonna go round the houses because we have some funky bits and pieces. Now, for those of you who are tuned in live, thank you so much for doing that. If you have any questions, about CARnage 2, about the Kickstarter, all the links and stuff are going to be popping up on screen. Please do shout out your questions. If you want to know what Leia is currently painting, or what paint she's using, or what technique she's using, shout it out. We can't do this without some feedback from you lot. So keep those questions coming in. Keep those questions coming in to Will, finger guns, bam, bam, bam. Because we want to know all about the Kickstarter. Okay, we want to help raise as much money as we can. I'm not sure if we can because we're so small, but hey, we'll try our best. And we're just going to be painting and having some fun. Now, we will be back. We're going to be doing 4 of these episodes. And unlike our normal brush off, we will be painting for the star, as always. Now, at the end of this hour, we're going to do 1 hour, not 2 hours, 1 hour. So paint with us if you want to as well. Hang out. Tell us what you're painting. We love all the feedback you can give us. And we'll bring up all the nice... Tell us some jokes. Keep us busy. We'll put up some questions and stuff up on screen. We're going to play some chill-out tunes as well in the background. I'm going to laugh because I know what's coming. And that's it. We're just going to enjoy it. We're going to lay back. We're here to answer your questions. But let's see what we've got at the moment coming in. Kelly Rose in the audience. Hi, Kelly. Hi,
Kelly.
Well done. Kelly Rose already in there with a whole series of questions. We'll save that for later. But we are going to start with Will. Where can people find this Kickstarter?
So it is CARnage 2 on Kickstarter right now. You can just search CARnage 2. I believe it's the only thing like that right now. That's what I did. We are 13 days away from the end, and we're already at almost $7,000 of our $10,000 goal.
Nice, well done.
So we more than likely might fund today, depending on things like that.
All because of the badges.
And you can find more information from us in general at Steve Jackson Games, sjgames.com. So that's our main website. We put up a brand new news post every day about something that we care about or something to fill the space. And often that's new products and new things we're doing or things we're promoting actively.
Cool. Fantastic. Now, hopefully we're going to be... These videos will also go up on YouTube as well as soon as we can. So do go check those out. If you're happen to be watching this on YouTube, thank you very much for tuning in. It may be months away, in which case you've missed the Kickstarter. Too bad. But if you do have any questions, put them in the comments below, and I'll send them over to Will and Steve Jackson team, and maybe they'll get some answers to you. Hopefully they will. So, also, our sponsors on our little series, our supporters that we have. As always, we got the Army Painter. We have some bits and pieces from them, as you'll be seeing. I'm currently using speed paints myself, but everybody has their own personal choice, as we'll find out as we go around the table. We also, the incredible Turbo Dork paints.
nice shirt, by the way.
There.
Yeah.
He went full Superman there. So again, keep all of those bits and pieces coming in. We want to know everything. I'm just gonna. I've got some stuff coming in already. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I'll shout that out. That's good. But before we do that, let's go around and meet some of our pro painters. You may have seen them over the years that we've been doing this. Let's start with Leia. Leia,
oh gosh,
who are you and where can people find you?
I was just thinking, surely he would never start with me. Hello, my name is Leia of Sorceress Sundries. You can find me mostly on the Twitters as Sorceress Sundry. Oh gosh, you can find me there. I'm also now on Start Playing as a pro DM. I paint stuff every Wednesday night with Split the Party. We have like a little morning. Well, it's morning in for Australia talk show. But we're over there doing late night for over here on the East Coast of the USA. So those are the places you can find me. Doing this stuff, mostly painting.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming back. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for inviting me back.
That's okay. We'll see you again next month as well, hopefully, for some more bits and pieces. Right. I'm going to do the introductions first, and then everyone can start painting, because I know everyone's I'm watching Craig. Craig is like, I'm watching the clock. I'm running out of time. He's eager to get ready, but not yet. You know the rules. It's ready, steady, paint. It's not. You can't start early. Right. Richard, who are you? Where can people find you?
I am Richard. I'm Warrior Prince 3D. I am your one-stop shop for your 3D printing needs. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Etsy, over here with the badges, over with Dragonborn Industries, random street corners where 3D printing is needed.
Yep. Whenever that you hark the herald of call, you appear.
That's it.
Dun, dun, dun. There you go.
I heed the call, and whenever you hear the beeping of the print going, it's me.
Are you printing something right now?
Actually no, they're literally all three have just finished at the moment, and I've got to go and clean them up in a second.
Richard has been very kind, and he's actually printed, because I'm the only person here who doesn't have a 3D printer, so he's actually printed all the models that I will be painting over this series. So thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you. I'll sort you out with postage with a beer when we go up to Games Expo.
Well, you've posted me bits. It's all good.
Okay, that's cool. What else have we got? Ian, Dragonborn Industries. Who are you? Where can people find you other than Cornwall?
Oh, me? Hi, I'm Ian. I go by the Dragonborn Bard. You can find me down here at Dragonborn Industries over on Twitch, YouTube. We are a small Southwest UK-based TTRPG company that started out making dice and painting minis. We now have this awesome studio setup. I'm the games master for the Starfinder stream and Rich as Overlord for our painting show, Painting Up the Monster Manual, every Thursday, which is our two main shows. Then we try and get shows in where we can. We've got some more coming up for you in the future. But if you have things like custom dice, let me know, and I'll see what we can do. But apart from that, actually, Craig, I've got a dice coming your way soon. And also this Monday, starting in our Starfinder campaign, we're going to be giving away these Starfinder badges that I've been printing and painting.
Let's make you full screen. Ooh,
let's do this.
Ooh.
So I've been doing some printing and painting of these, which are Starfinder badges, and I'm wearing one now because you can get all magnetized and stuff. But yeah, so
I am going to want one of those.
Richard, I'll send you one because you sent me a god awful amount of stuff. But apart from that, yeah, check us out, youtube.com/Dragonborn Industries. We're only on like episode 22 of Starfinder, so you can catch up. Which would be great. And Twitch under the same name and all of the above. Otherwise, you can find me on street corners, but I cost more than Richard.
Only a little bit because he's more ginger than I am.
It's already degraded into one of them. And let's get Craig to bring it back to something sensible. Craig, who are you? Where can people find you?
Hi, I'm Craig with Dragon Skull Studios. Mainly find me over on Instagram under D&D Painter 76, and mostly here on Badgers.
Cool,
so,
good.
Yep.
I told you he was sensible. That's the one.
Somebody's got to wash the taste of me out.
You can't trust me in Ian or something, you know.
So now that all that is out the way, we will be taking your questions. Keep your questions coming. My light is on. I am powered up. I'm ready to paint. I haven't done this in ages. I've got to remember how to do it. So, without further ado, is everybody ready?
No.
Oh, yeah.
We now have 50 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
Ready, steady, paint. Go. Dun, dun, dun.
Just sit back for 20 minutes.
Yeah. Here's one I made earlier.
No. I think me and Rick are used to painting under pressure.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And in this show, I can use my bloody airbrush.
Yeah. This is the first time that we've done an hour show, and Ian and Rich are used to doing an hour show because it's proper under pressure. So yeah, you're used to this. We're not. Oof.
I don't have to run across that. Burn down on me. Oh, let's get the turbo dork out, shall we?
Definitely get your turbo dorks. Definitely get them out.
I don't have any turbo dorks, but I am just a regular dork. Do I count?
That counts.
Just try harder. You can go turbo if you try hard enough.
Now, for those of you already following Craig on his socials, you would have seen he posted. I don't know if you posted it, but you definitely shared it with us in our brush off hangout. He's pre-primed with this hot pink color.
Yes.
Which I absolutely love. Do you wanna kind of give some background details as to why you've chose the hot pink? And
Crazy.
I will make you big. There we go.
All right. I went with the hot pink prime because I am going to go with the Turbo Dork hotline. So I wanted to just underlay it with pink to help build that up. So that's my plan. Don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of it yet. Well, that's not true. I know what I'm doing with the windows, but the rest of it, I'm not sure.
Cool. We've just started, so there's no pressure.
Yeah, but I should have been thinking about this for the last 2 weeks.
Great. We paint stuff together all the time. My only advice to you is never think about it. Just grab some paint, throw it on, and just let the chaos ensue.
I am attempting to establish a new level of lazy for slap chop style painting.
Yes.
So the normal style is, prime black, dry brush gray, highlight, dry brush white. I am trying prime gray, dark wash, then dry brush white, just to not have to dry brush twice. And so far, I've experimented just a tiny bit, and I'm not going as far as dipping. I am using speed paints, but I'm not going as far as dipping.
I will admit, I recently, because my husband wanted to get into Warhammer recently, am doing slap chop for his army because he doesn't want to wait for me to paint them fully.
Mm-hmm.
I started with Xandri dust and just put a bone and then like an ivory over it, and they look freaking awesome.
Yeah.
So
what army?
It works. Astra Militarum.
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
Well, he's a fan of the Gaunt's Ghost book. So he's like, can you paint me Gaunt's Ghosts? And I was like, yes, I will do this for you. Because I love you.
But you owe me.
Not really. I've so far I've beaten 3-0. So
that's the best way to teach somebody. Crush them mercilessly over and over and over again until they get better or quit.
I'm nearly done.
Yes. So Yeah, and actually, Will, that's a question I wanted to ask. Obviously, because I actually learned through pain with playing. So Warhammer, Legion, Shatterpoint. I learned from making mistakes while playing it on the go, and then pick up from there rather than going and reading a massive rulebook and taking it all in. We're doing enough of that with TTRPGs. So CARnage and CARnage 2, how is that for repeat play, but also if you do end up losing loads at the first bit, does it have that playability again where you're not just going to feel like you're going to get your ass kicked and just want to put it down?
So Car Wars, the new edition, 6th edition, which is what we're on now, throws out all of the simulationism of the 80s version of Car Wars, which they maintain through 5 editions into the 90s. Yeah. And the new edition is very much a beer and pretzels, roll some dice, drive a car around.
Nice.
You will feel like you know how to play probably sometime during your second or third turn. Because the other thing, the designers, I'm one of the designers at the company, but I did not help work on this rule set when it was being developed at its baseline. I've written other stuff for it, but I wasn't there for the original. What they tried to do was put almost every important rule in front of you. So you build your car out of a whole bunch of little cards that are your weapons and your driver and your wheels and your engine and all that kind of stuff. So when you play, you don't have to hunt in a rule book for, oh, what does this gun do? It's just right there in front of you. You grab a pool of dice, you roll those dice, your opponent rolls their defense dice, you blow a hole in the side of their car, you draw a card that says, like, if their engine catches fire or if you blow out some of their tires or whatever. So all of it's very, very, very approachable for a brand new player. But it's got a whole bunch of depth because you can build your car any way you want. You can skew weird ways. You can try to build a car that's really defensive. You can try to build a car that's really fast.
Is it like progression on it as well? So you can start out, you can start out basic and you can grow and.
So there's nothing progression wise in the core set in the starter boxes. The starter boxes are just the basics: drive around a parking lot and shoot each other. Yeah. But we put out lots of expansions for more cards and stuff, and then we kickstarted a book that's not out in stores yet, but it's the Car Wars Companion, and it's got 30-something scenarios, and some of them have campaign play type rules in them. They're not full campaign play rules. We haven't done that yet. It's an idea I have, but we haven't got around to doing it yet. But there are a bunch of things you can do with this game, and I know that there are homebrew campaigns where people either do it like a racing league where they track points between games and get wins and losses, or they escalate the car builds every once in a while. So you start with a really small car and then you build up and get a bigger and bigger and bigger car. Because the other thing about this game is this is not an army game, right? This is not 40K. You're not pushing around 45 different miniatures on the table.
This is one thing going in.
Yeah, you're focused on one car in the base level. Now, if you wanted, you can play a multi-car game. I've seen streamers do that recently where they play 2-on-2, but it's not a big crazy game with lots and lots of complexity when it comes to even what you're pushing on the table.
Nice.
We haven't talked about my terrible idea beyond my slap chopping. This car, which I don't know how good my camera is going to focus on it. It looks like it's okay.
As everyone can see, Will's camera is at the very bottom there.
Yeah, I'm not window in window. So this car is from one of the original sets. You can get this STL in CARnage 1. All the original plastic cars have STLs in CARnage 1. And some of the original plastic cars have degunned versions of their STLs in CARnage 2. So if you want to start with a fresh car and add all your own guns to it instead of where we've put the guns, you can do that. So this is like a robot car. It's got lots and lots and lots of angles. And I'm going to try to make it look like Marvel Comics Sentinel a little bit.
Ooh,
like
nice.
just purples and blues. I've got those two colors in speed paint. We're going to see if I can put them in the right places and not hate it.
It's going to look awesome. Sentinel's a badass.
Yeah, they're
scare the piss out of me.
They're one of my favorite things from Marvel Comics. I have various Sentinel toys around here, including old WizKids things and brand new MCP stuff that might get paint someday.
I still want to print a good Sentinel.
But you have the technology, Richard.
Well, I printed a Sentinel head because one of the Cyclops statues is on a Sentinel head, and it's awesome. But at the moment, the to do it in a big version, the split goes right down the center of the face.
Oh, really?
And that stresses me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, as a complete novice to CARnage, because I am, what are the race mechanics? How does it play out? Like, how does the system work in a if you were explaining it to a person with a 6-year-old ADHD mind?
So, you get a car. Your car is a dashboard, and I have one across the room, but I'll bring it on the next stream and show it off. So, you have a dashboard that shows your tires, your power plant health, those kind of things. And everybody starts with the same blank car, effectively. You have 2 crew, a driver and a gunner, but the driver can shoot and the gunner can drive. So it's not like, if your driver dies, your car can't move. And then you have a pistol. Everybody starts with a basic gun, just because you have to have something to attack other people with in case everything else gets blown off your car. Then from there, you build your car any way you want. You as a group determine the points value you're going to play with. So a common early points value is to give everybody 4 armor and 8 points to build their car and 4 points to build their crew. And then the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. You can put lasers and flamethrowers or machine guns or, buzz saws on your car. You can have a driver that's really, really, really good at driving, like good at avoiding crashes. Or you could just focus on the cheapest driver in the world and put all of your effort into the gunner. If you want to focus on like flame weapons, there's a gunner that's better at flame weapons, that kind of stuff. And there's additional armor that you can equip to the car, but all that comes out of your build point pool. So if you're playing with 8 build points, you're probably only going to have a couple of things on your car that set you apart from everybody else. But that like army building kind of decision-making process before the game starts is just as important as the decisions you make during the game. And then when you play, everybody drives their cars, and then everybody shoots their cars. And so the first player will move their car. You have to use all the speed you're going, and we abstracted it into just speed as a number between 0 and 5. So if you're going speed 5, you have to move your car 5 car lengths across the table.
Nice.
And you can adjust up and down, and we measure everything by car lengths. All the cars sit on a little boat base that has a rounded front. So if they bump into each other, you just push past the other people and it shoves the other cars out of the way. We don't do any kind of reality physics with collisions or anything like that. Cause we're focused on like beer and pretzels, get the game going and play the game. Don't look in a rule book. And then as you make choices about where you're going to be in your car and what speed you're going to go, that's going to affect your ability to drive effectively, both avoiding obstacles and giving you defense for getting shot at. And then when it comes around to the combat phase, starting with the first player again, everybody gets to shoot their weapons. And so when you shoot, you grab a pool of dice based on the machine gun or the flamethrower or whatever you're firing. You roll those dice. Your opponent rolls defense based on their speed and maybe some like armor plates they have or whatever like that. And then you just count up stars from the attacker and shields from the defender and then do that much damage.
So you had there was a comment there by Chris M. To say it's a bit like Death Race 2000.
It's effectively a Mad Max Death Race 2000 something game. Now the fiction of Car Wars is that it is a competition, that it's organized events like NASCAR with weapons.
Mm-hmm.
But you can also just play wasteland scenarios where you're trying to get some mail delivered across town like a Kevin Costner movie if you really, really want.
So we have some questions coming in, which I'm gonna bring these up again in a bit. But for those of you who don't know, Steve Jackson Games, or some of the team from Steve Jackson Games, has obviously joined via a raid. So here's my challenge to everyone there from Steve Jackson Games. Give us some tough questions for Will. Let's put him on the spot. Let's see what he knows about the game. If you have any painting questions, remember, shout them out. We'll go around and see what everyone's doing. Let's pick on Ian.
Hello.
You're up. I can see that's gone gold very, very quick. Can you talk us through it?
Yeah. I primed this car with Retributor armor. And
nice.
Was going to go, you know what? Let's just do the old solid gold kind of, Call of Duty meets Fortnite. Everything turns gold when it's like the best one you can get.
Yep.
So I was going to do that. used the Max Darth from Green Stuff World, which is like a black charcoal paint, which is really black. And I'm going to use Ice to Never Turbo Dork over the top of it. Whereas the other one, I've done in, primed it in black. And then I've used 2 different Turbo Dorks. I've used Black Ice and Ice to Never as the main colors of that so far.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm going with it. I just need those to dry now. I figured I want really shiny, garish cars because I'm quite a modest person. I'm not really into peacocking or So I figured I'd keep it, really bring.
We've not got a term for what you are yet.
No, they haven't, have they?
Are you sure? Because Dibs was shouting out who is the best painter on here. I was just wondering, is that a call out to you? Did you see that pop up on the screen and go, well, yeah?
No, I will happily say that I am not the best painter here. I think we've all got different techniques, and like I adore what Leia does. I obviously paint a lot with Richard and Craig anyway, and I always loved that Craig has this amazing, vibrant, solid color work that I can never replicate. Whereas Richard, every week on painting up the Monster Manual, I think I'm all right, and then he holds up his mini, and I'm like, well, I'm a piece of shit. Thanks for that, mate.
He says whilst trumping me brilliantly today with the fact that he got his done.
Yeah, well, yeah. Turbo Dork had a lot to do with that. I'm not going to lie. And Primer doing the heavy lifting. And it's exactly what I'm doing here, is letting the Primer do the heavy lifting. Because if I can prime it in a main color and then just either dry brush my way through it if I need to paint at speed like this, then that's what I'll do. Otherwise, I think if I need to take my time and really put into a mini, whereas Richard has this amazing airbrush technique that I just don't have. And it's always amazing to see, especially you, Dave, as well, who's come so far from the start of the brush off where you've never painted really before to now, where like you're running paint shows and have won the gold star several times.
I have beaten the pro painter. So let's give everybody a little bit of background. So the brush off is about pro painters coming on and teaching beginners how to paint. That's essentially where it started on, and now several years in, we're doing all different bits and pieces, and we're helping out Steve Jackson Games right now doing this. But I just thought it'd be fun to bring on a bunch of pro painters, and this might be a new format that we kind of do over time, but we all challenge. Now, those of you who are joining us live, I'm going to reiterate this: keep those questions coming in, but also you get to judge. We're only here for an hour, so in about half an hour, maybe about 30 minutes, 25 minutes. You get to judge us, the winner. So keep that in mind. We're going to be here for a few more sessions anyway, so keep an eye out on our schedule. Just check out our socials on Badges. You know where to find it. And keep that stuff coming in. I just spotted that Meredith is there. There you go. Who knew that Will can actually paint?
Meredith and I have talked about this, so that is something that she actually does know. And if anybody doesn't know, Meredith is the CEO of Turbo Dork, but also the CEO of Steve Jackson Games. She's local, and she came on with us a little over a year ago to be our CEO to help out with lots and lots of various things that a CEO does. So yeah, Meredith and I work together in the Steve Jackson Games capacity, and then I haven't got around to buying any Turbo Dork paints yet, but I probably should at some point.
Fired.
I can vouch for their autumnness, so it's cool.
So can I.
Yep. My local shop they're not on the shelf anymore, and I'm disappointed.
If it makes you feel any better, I can't get them in my state for some reason. No one's carrying them. I have to when I go visit New York with go visit my family in New York, I have to go get my Turbo Dorks then.
I said we have a couple of issues with some colors here. Black Ice is impossible for us to get here for some reason.
I think it's just very popular, and people who work in game shops just take it for themselves and buy it before we get.
I am convinced of it. One of my D&D, one of the guys at my table, he goes, that's a pot of Black Ice, isn't it? I was like, yeah. He goes, that's rocking horse shit. Can I have some? I was like,
no.
How about no?
Crazy bastard.
No.
You ever paint something and just go, holy crap, I can't believe I just did that?
Good or
Yeah,
bad?
but usually in a much more, negative reflection.
On the negative side, all the time.
Yeah.
So Meredith just shouted out that all the cars look great, and as Leia said that, so let's Leia, let's pick on you again.
Oh, sure.
Those flames look amazing.
Oh, thank you. I spent a lot of my younger years painting flames. Funnily enough, because I used to spend a lot of time at car shows, and I used to see these kind of classic looking cars with cool flames. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna call a little bit back to that. And I'm going to do some like classic looking flames. And I'm going to attempt in the next 10 minutes to lay down a purple base coat to kind of contrast this gorgeous like yellowy orange. And then I'm going to do some like chrome bits. So that is the plan.
Fucking hell. That's ridiculous. You can fuck right off.
What are you talking about?
Look at it. What do you mean, what am I talking about? You've basically just gone, yeah, I'm just the best painter here. You basically crushed Dave's hopes and dreams of ever becoming a pro painter. You've destroyed Dragonborn Industries and crushed Warrior Prince 3D. Oh, Leia.
Stop. It's okay. I don't know. I feel like
it's okay.
I feel like I definitely bit off way more than I could chew. I have no idea if I'm going to be able to finish this or get it resembled in time.
I'm just wondering, because you've done the flames, but how are you going to paint the bonnet around the flames?
Very, very carefully with this very tiny brush.
Yeah. So let's see what else is going on. Now, let's bring this back on topic. So we are painting up some CARnage 2. These are all the bits and pieces. The Kickstarter is live now. It started a few hours ago. They're already smashed halfway. So do go and check that out. You can see it on the link here, but there is a link in Twitch, and there's a link all over our socials. Will, if you just want to string it out again, you can go to Kickstarter and type in CARnage 2, I believe.
Yeah.
In a search box, and that will take you to the bit you need to go to.
With the Kickstarter, Will, is there any plans for expansion packs and bits and pieces in the quick succession, or?
So the way that we've ran these two CARnage Kickstarters is that they are add-ons for the core game if you want to take, STL printing into your hobby. So I don't know the stretch goals, but there are some stretch goals planned. I'm involved, but not enough to have everything memorized. So if
it's fair play, I'll be curious to go and have a look at that then.
And if you missed the first CARnage Kickstarter, there is a backer level on this one to get both of them at the same time.
I would say that was literally going to be my next question, whether it was going backwards.
How much is that?
Let me see. I've got it open. I can check. Maybe. Oh, we just hit 7,000 according to my computer.
Woo!
Cool. Fantastic.
So
what is the target?
$30. 10K. $30 will get you the CARnage 2 STLs and all the unlocked stretch goals. 65 will get you both CARnage. And then 1,000 will get your face on one of the super fan minis if you want.
Really?
Yeah. You can work with our sculpting team to get a customized super fan. Super fans are a thing we introduced in the Car Wars companion book. They are basically extra attacks you get to make from one of your super fans in the audience, shooting a pistol at everybody else so that you will win.
That's cool.
So we made some little people. You could maybe call them hillbillies or something, of various kinds of people that are in the stands shooting guns. Because what kind of fun is a cars with guns competition if everybody can't participate?
It's funny because when we got those STLs and I saw all the fans, and I was like, these I could literally take these and compare them to family members. I have a very big NASCAR fandom in my family. I'm like, oh no, this is us. Oh man, that orange just makes it pop. It's so good.
Howit's Explosion Guy is asking, I'm going to say this to everyone, what brush size are you using? I am using the Army Painter Regiment brush.
Oh gosh.
I've been using the Army Painter Monster brush, and I'm using my Winsor Newton Zero Series 7 for doing little bits and pieces on it.
Army Painter base coating brush for now, and when I want to get into details, I'm using like a 5/0 finesse fine art warehouse brush. I don't know what size it is, but it's tiny.
Cool.
I am currently using this looks like Army Painter Wargamer Kalinsky Masterclass. It's equivalent to a size 0 brush.
Cool.
Ooh.
Craig,
That's how
I am on
those tiny
brand.
flames.
I am using a craft brush with no identification of any kind on it. I don't even know where it came from. It probably came from some multi-pack of cheap brushes. Because
here's a side question, because we talked about this before we went on air. What do people prefer? Like named brushes, expensive brushes, cheap brushes? Are they just as good? Really?
I like cheap.
Discuss.
Cheap brushes are fine because if you're painting so often, then you go through brushes so quickly. Yeah. It's like, why spend a bunch of money on a brush I'm going to use for like maybe a month?
Yeah. And like we said before the show, everyone was talking about brush cleaner. This guy, just dips it in water. So, yeah, I also use cheap brushes because I'm a piece of shit who doesn't look after his tools. I really probably should get on that.
Unfortunately, I don't have much of a reference because obviously I don't paint as much as I want to, so I don't have as much time to go through brushes. And I was bought the Squidmar set, the first paintbrush set he released, and they were pretty good. But my staple brushes are these Winsor Newton, what are they called? Copmans that I got from Amazon for about £5 each. I think my most expensive one was this one, which was I think 15 quid. And the rest I use are Army Painter ones I've got free with Army Painter paints when I've bought them.
Yeah.
And Superdrug's makeup brushes for my dry brushes.
Yeah! I'm the same. Like Poundland, Primark, and Superdrug. They're like dual-ended, and they're amazing, and they're properly rounded, and I freaking love them, and they don't cost a fortune.
Yeah. Now we've got also some stuff. I don't know. We've been missing the background music. I haven't put that on. I don't know if the Elven Glade is really the place to do it, but I did find something. I'll try and see if this actually works in the background, and then we'll have some more. We've got some more slides of some of the CARnage 2 stuff. So let's see if the music kicks in. If everyone can hear that.
We've just got a NASCAR track going around.
Yeah.
Someone's playing GTA.
Let me know if it's too loud. And you, the audience, let me know if it's too loud.
Dave's just got a PlayStation on. He's not painting anymore. He's just playing GTA.
So, the thing that excited me about these was I was brought up on Carmageddon. So,
Yeah. Holy shit, I forgot about that game. Window time.
I have no idea what I'm going to do for my windows.
Yeah.
I've cracked out the black ice.
I was thinking that because I've done obviously a Turbo Dork blue over the rest of it. Oh, that's Starsky and Hutch.
About to say, that's 70s car chase music. That's pretty appropriate.
Like, it got real funky in here all of a sudden, right?
Yeah. Why not?
You just seen that as well? Rich, you look like you're on the steering wheel.
You got your wheel like me. You got your arch.
You guys driving buses? They're massive.
Right. Anyway, while we got that going in the background, let's bring up some slides. Will, if you can hear us over the car chase.
I can.
So talk us through this. This is some of the bits and pieces, and this is what I'm painting. I'm going to use the same kind of color scheme.
So we took the liberty, since these are STLs and we can do whatever we want, and the car models do not really matter in Car Wars. This is not a WYSIWYG game. Like, it's not like that guy's got a laser, so he has to be carrying a laser around. So that's the boom slang. The other car is the Meteor, which I think that Ian has a wrecked version of.
I do.
In that blue you're doing. And this, what we're looking at right now, is the one with the weapons stuck on where we think they look cool, but you also get a boom slang with no weapons. And CARnage 1 is lots and lots and lots of weapon STLs based on all of the art from the game. And the car chase has gotten a little loud, but I can still hear everything fine.
Here we go. Let's turn it down. Turn it down. We're going for authenticity. That's
Dave needs you. Where are you, buddy?
I told you he's still dead. You didn't save him, so he died.
Oh well. He's gone now.
He's gone now. For those of you who don't know, Steve is a regular. He's not stuck in his box. He's a regular, but because he died in our Dragonlance game, I said he can't come back until someone revives him, and no one did.
No, we've got that magic. You haven't let us rest. You haven't let us stop. You haven't let us collect things. You haven't let us go buy scrolls of revivification or anything. You killed Steve.
That all sounds like excuses to me.
Exactly. Yeah. See, someone's on my side.
Oh no, I'm all for it. Everybody hates Steve. However,
fantastic.
I mean, no, he's all right. No, it's been a great campaign.
Oh my goodness.
How you getting on?
The regret is setting in.
Hey, really?
Not regret.
So I got one panel done with
let's
the flames.
Full, there we go. I'll turn the music off. There we go. Let's go.
Oof.
Oh, Leia!
That's cool.
Damn.
So, some slow editing. We'll see how it goes. Don't mind my messy base work.
Looking good.
Slapping paint on stuff.
That was one of the hardest things to get over as a rank amateur painter, was that mistakes early on are not permanent.
No.
Like, I love it when I watch pro painters and they're just like slapping paint on. And they're like, "Don't worry, I'll fix all that later."
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it goes.
But like I was telling Dave in our call yesterday to make sure all my mics and everything worked, I started painting in the 90s when you couldn't watch a YouTube video to get hints. You hoped there was something in a book, or you had a friend who was slightly better than you.
That's why I gave up painting.
Yeah, and a lot of my problems of trying to get over the hump of thinking I could paint at all came from the fact that I didn't know how. So the last 10 years have given me a lot of encouragement to think that slapping paint on something isn't the hardest thing to do in the entire world.
I think what has helped for me as well, and this is something that I absolutely adore, and it's something that I love with our channel and with Band of Badgers, is it doesn't matter what level you are at painting. The community themselves are so willing to help, and it's not like a toxic environment with like mini painting for D&D and for TTRPGs. It's literally like you can be like, "Hey, how do I do this?" And people are like, "Yeah, cool, this is how you do it." And they're willing to share techniques and they're willing to build a community around it rather than just being like, "Nope, not telling you how I did that." And I fucking love it. It's like we have some of the best community spirit in the world.
Oh,
and I love waking up to like the Badgers chat in the morning, and it's just like everyone's like, "Hey, I've done this," and it's like, "Yeah, that's really cool," and like talking about how they did things or streaming together like this, and it's across the board.
I thought it was funny that somebody was like, when I first started painting, I loved doing clear bits, and like being able to paint like spell effects, and I would willingly share my techniques with other people. And I had somebody ask me, "Aren't you worried that like if you tell people how you're doing these spell effects that like they're not going to come buy your stuff?" And I was like, it took me so long to figure out how to do this because I'm very much like just a self-taught person. I will teach myself how to do it and fail all the way until I figure it out. And I was like, I won all of that knowledge. Now I'm just going to impart it for free to people who want it because that's just how we make the community better.
Exactly. I get the same thing with dice making. Like I found that everybody I've chatted to has been like, yeah, no, actually don't do that, do this, and this is how to help that. And every time somebody asks me how I do something, I'm very open. I'm like, look, this is it. And I try not to have trade secrets, and I don't, because actually we can only grow the community and interact with people by offering everything out. And information is such not just a thing for power, it's a thing for friendship, and it's a thing to share. And yeah, I adore it.
That's what I try and do with the printing as well.
Yeah, you're amazing at that. Like, I think we had a phone call yesterday, and it was like, yeah, this is how you do it.
Yeah, I don't have a 3D printer because I don't want another hobby.
Yes, you do.
Don't worry, Will. It's not a hobby, mate. It's not a hobby. It's an obsession. It's an obsession.
Yeah.
See, this is what you have to do. Is one of my partners is a 3D printer.
Wow.
So he got obsessed, and I just benefit from it.
Yep. I recently moved from Seattle, where I lived for 10 years, and I had friends who had 3D printers, and I could be like, hey, if I buy this file, will you print it for me? And it was a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I 3D print, and I get Richard to do most of mine.
That's true. All right, we are down to the last 10 minutes.
No.
Yes.
Oh, I definitely bit off more.
So here's a quick question. So everybody, to all our Badgerverse painters, is the 1 hour good? And is the getting more than one pro painter on at a time good? We're sharing lots of conversation. There's lots of stuff going on. Is it more fun rather than having? Because Leia, the series we're doing in June, that's just going to be you. It's you, me, Steve, and a guest.
I always enjoy the more intimate, like just a few of us, but I will never say no to a big old group paint thing because it just feels like all of us hanging out. And I'm kosher with both.
Yep. And I'm gonna add on to that because you all know that I've only been painting minis with the brush off, and I've never painted cars before. I've never painted vehicles. It's always monsters or heroes and that kind of thing. So this is my first time trying something a little bit different, and I'm quite enjoying it.
Good.
I'm liking it.
I'll paint with whoever because I enjoy it. And I just like being outside of my little box. Yeah, I think anytime that I paint with the badgers and it's anything small or big, I don't know, the mood just sits right, and we always find conversation. Obviously, I've got mine and Richard's little paint show on a Thursday, which is a nice quick jaunt. So yeah, it's I get best of both worlds really. Oh, Zizi, that's really sweet.
Yep. Nice one, Zizi.
I missed that.
She said she hates you and wishes that you'd never send her stuff.
Oh, no. I know that. Oh, bless.
That's very sweet.
We try.
Right.
Sure, everybody.
We are down to the last 10 minutes, so let's have a whip round. Will, you've been very busy. We're going to check out. I'll make the mini cam nice and big. Talk us through what you've done so far.
So picking a car, the reason I don't like painting vehicles usually is because they have too large of flat surfaces, and I don't know what to do with them. Like I painted some other. This is a previous Car Wars car I painted, and I kind of just used some of the panels as highlight spots. I don't know how well my camera is even calling out like the different blues that are on there, but this one is all angles and guns and random stuff, so I can just kind of paint bits and pieces of it. And like I said at the beginning, I'm trying to kind of mimic the vagueness of purples and blues, and then I'm gonna put some metal colors and stuff in there, and hopefully the metal colors will tie it all together. And I don't know, we'll do some other colors here and there. There's some like spark plugs and power cables and stuff in there. I might do a brighter color, maybe some bright red or some bright green, depending. Bright green might clash horribly with this. I don't use color theory either when I paint. I just kind of do stuff and see what happens.
That's all right. That's how I live my life. I have no understanding of color theory.
Yeah.
Oh, the artist that went to college is just dying inside. But I also paint. I also paint with the vibes, though.
Yeah, but the other angle there is people who don't know my backstory. I worked at Privateer Press for a decade and I've been at Steve Jackson Games twice. I was there first. It was my first job in the games industry, and then I came back in 2021. And at Privateer Press, being a miniatures company, I was exposed to all kinds of people that knew what they were doing, including pro painters. I have 4 or 5 friends to acquaintances that are really, really, really good high-level pro painters. And like, you know, they would have conversations all the time about color theory and wheels and this and that and contrast. And I'm just like, I just want my stuff to not look ugly from a arm's length away, and I'm fine.
Yeah, I agree. I think my only rule for painting is to I don't really like putting unpainted stuff down on a table. So as long as I get it done to what I would call tabletop ready, I'm usually pretty happy. Whereas there are some things like my Shatterpoint and Legion stuff I'll spend ages on because I really want to hone in on those. But for things like this, I was like, what would my kids love? So I'm going like garish colors, and I'm going to go that way on it. So I think this is the perfect opportunity to do such things.
I think my only miniature painting rule is it fun?
Yeah.
Because if I'm having fun, then I will pursue it with vehemence.
It's a good
if I'm
word.
not having fun, then I need to walk away.
Definitely. And Craig, let's have a chat with you. We're gonna make you nice and big. Zoom. There we go. Talk us through it.
Oh, dude.
Oh, Craig, your voice isn't working.
Oh, no.
For some reason.
Sorry.
There you go.
I had the hairdryer on earlier. So I had laid down the hotline from Turbo Dork. I've blacked out the windows for now because I'm going to come back in with the orange multipass from Turbo Dork for the windshield for the windows.
Nice.
Laying down a little bit of magnesium for the metal bits that I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Just kind of. Hopefully it'll all fit together.
I love that color, man. That's so vivid.
I think it's going to take a couple more coats.
So this is now the bit where I'm going to let the painters paint for the next couple of minutes. But you, the audience, I need you. I need your attention. You, the audience who are joining us live. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can still vote. It won't count, but you can still vote. But if you're watching this live on Twitch, I want you to shout out who you think the best painter is. Now, in the background, we're going to whack on some calm music again. Bam, bam, bam. It's the last 5 minutes, everybody. I'm going to give you 3 minutes to place your votes. All you have to do is go into Twitch text chat thingy and type out someone's name, whoever you think it is. And while we're doing that, I'm going to go around and get another sneaky look at what people are doing. And Richard, I can see you trying to get everyone's attention. I'm going to start with you. Here we go. I want to see those votes in chat. Go.
Hopefully, see if I can.
Oh, dude.
Oh, that's kind of really nice.
Is that Rex?
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Which blue is that?
So that I went with 3D glasses.
Yeah.
That's airbrushed on for the shift.
God, it's so smooth.
black ice for the windscreen, and silver and a bit of a retributor highlight for some of the weapons.
Lovely.
Very nice. Nice. Right, I'm just going to go round on my tabletop here. Next up, we're going to take a sneak peek at what Leia is doing. We saw the flames earlier. She's actually painting in the body color now.
He's whacking in the color. I will probably have to go back and do some editing on these flames. I want to put some red in for more contrast. I will probably just do a black windshield. The flames are a choice. I should have gone just a solid color, but honestly, I love how
the
this
flames
looks.
are awesome.
Yeah, they're really good.
And don't second guess the
Thank
flames.
you.
Yeah.
They're I'm very proud of them. Probably should have reserved this for more than an hour's stream, but I think it looks very cool. I'm proud of it.
We've got to vote for Leia. We've got to vote for everyone. I'm going to count that. That's cheating though, Kelly.
Kelly,
I'll keep it.
pick your favourite person from the stream.
Oh, we've got okay. So Leia and Richard. So that's 2 for Leia, 2 for Richard. Okay. Sorry, that's 3 for Leia, 2 for Richard, 1 for everyone else. Let's check out while Will is busy painting. Let's check out again. Which beardy? Which beardy?
He means Richard.
Okay, so we've got Leia and Richard joint winning at the moment, 3 each. I'm gonna have to start making a note somewhere because I won't be able to keep. I've got to push too many buttons, people. Too many buttons. Now it's a race, you see. Leia and Richard pull out in their hot rods, shooting at each other. Bam, bam, bam. It looks more like a Transformer. It reminds me of a Decepticon. Will.
It is very robotic. Like
Heavily armored.
the art team and the sculpting team tried to go thematic with a lot of cars. So they went like really retro. They went futuristic. They went kind of crazy. Like there's a car with big wheels in the front and tiny wheels in the back called the Boomerang in the original set. I have one right here. It's like a weird like 30s roadster, but also has a futuristic vibe to it.
That's cool.
And yeah, this one they went like full Cylon, like all kinds of angles.
Yeah.
I am gonna of course paint that little like windshield in the front red, because
nice.
you know evil robot eye kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that. I love Battlestar. Right, let's have a look at. We're gonna go step over to Craig. Again, get your votes in, people. Hey, Steve Jackson, people, your staff. You didn't shout out any hard questions for Will, but if you want him to win, get those votes in. We're going to be doing this every session. We're going to see how all our painters are doing and how they're getting on. Craig is painting off camera, so we can't actually see. ZZ is an indecisive person. It doesn't matter. You got to pick.
Gotta pick.
You got to pick. Let's check out Ian.
Hello.
Ian.
Some white walls
Oh, I
going
love
on.
the white wheels. The
Nice.
white, is that? Oh, hold on. Is that unpainted?
No. that was primed in black, and I'm doing white walls, and then we've got some gold on there, with some different yellows, golds, greens, blues going in with the visor there.
The one I love about the gold car is it looks like a proper toy car.
That's
That
what I was
looks like
going
a Hot
for.
Wheels car. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, an all turbo Dork.
That's wicked.
Yeah, we're trying to get purple in the wheels, trying to get some decent stuff on there. I'd like to get the airbrush out for it, but I'm happy to say that one's done, and then this one is nearly done for tabletop ready.
Cool. Fantastic.
Pretty happy with how that's gone.
Now, also, we have some more slides, but we're going to save those for different episodes because we're going to be doing 4 of these. This is number 1, so thank you everybody for joining. Now, the winner at the moment with the most votes, and we're going to keep these every episode as well because things change. You know, someone might put those flames out. She might drop it, and the paintbrush might go everywhere. Who knows? I haven't shown you mine, but I'll show you mine now. There we go. I'm trying to keep it classic. Don't blame the beginner painter, but I'm working on this, and we'll sort out the mini cam better. But yeah, I've got copper wiring. I've got some metallic guns, and I've got that. What I'm quite pleased with is how straight that line is.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep that line.
Ooh, nice.
We're gonna keep those colours. There you go. Boom. But I'm gonna reiterate to people and to my painters that all of these, please, painters, if you're happy to share these photos across socials, remember to shout out Steve Jackson Games. Remember to shout out the Kickstarter. If you would, shout out Band of Badgers, and show your work in progress to encourage people to come back and check things out.
Oh, I'm gonna have to pick new models, aren't I? Pretty much just smash those out.
Paint slower.
So we got another vote for Leia. We got another vote, a second vote for Ian.
Woo!
Kelly Roach just gave me a score of 10, so I'm now in the lead. He didn't.
Now, also keep in mind, CARnage 1 is a whole bunch of gun STLs, and you can just get regular toy cars, Matchbox, Hot Wheels, whatever, and just paint it up and then glue those guns onto it. The CARnage 1 Kickstarter even has a couple of toy cars that been painted up for us with weapons attached. So cool. This game is toy car scale, and you play on a base the car sits on for all the steering rules. So you can use almost anything you want, including toy cars that you've glued guns onto.
That's cool.
All right, we're gonna put a pop of chrome on here so I can look fancy.
So should have done this in bright red.
At the end of session 1, because we've gone over a little bit, I'm not worried about that, but we've gone over a little bit. Our session winner is Leia. So well done, Leia.
Woo!
I feel like that was a little obvious with the flame paint job, but it's not undeserved. So
yeah, from the get-go that was, but absolutely fantastic. So everybody, thank you for joining us. We are going to wrap it up now. We're back again tomorrow. We're going to continue this. So not all of our painters are going to be here, but we will be back again tomorrow. I will paint up the other half of my car. I did half a car. There we go, in 1 hour.
Whoa.
Half a car. I will paint the other half tomorrow. But again, painters, don't go anywhere because we're gonna see you when we go off air. But until next time, everybody, we'll see you again soon. Ta-ra. Bye.